So after doing a little bit of research, I was able to confirm that this is a fungal disease on my young peach tree. If I'm pronouncing it correctly, I believe it's called Coryneum blight, or shot hole disease. And this could be very dangerous to the tree. It could kill it. It's actually caused by a fungus that spreads when it's really, really rainy. In the past 4 days, we've had nonstop rain. I mean, daily. Well, I wouldn't say nonstop rain, but very frequent rain throughout, most of the day. So this fungus is highly infectious. So what I brought with me to help treat it is what my father recommended. I actually talked to him about it, and he recommended this fungicide. So this neem oil fungicide. So I'm actually going to first remove the infected leaves. I'm just going to clip them off. I have here my shears, and along with my shears I have some 91% isopropyl alcohol and some cotton pads. So when I'm done clipping the leaves, I'm just going to rub down my shears, because that fungus is highly infectious, and I wouldn't want to reinfect another plant. And rubbing down the shears with the alcohol will prevent that. So what I'm going to do is clip off these leaves. I also have a plastic bag that I'm going to place the leaves in. You don't want to just leave the leaves on the ground, because again, it's you can reinfect the tree if you leave parts of the leaves, the infected leaves, around it, near it. So I brought a bag so I can collect the leaves and then just throw them in the trash. And then with the leaves that haven't been affected, those are the ones that I'm going to spray with the fungicide. So it has some nice leaves here. If you find that your plant does not have any fairly healthy leaves to take in the fungicide, what my father recommended was to kind of wait till new leaves grow, and then you would spray those. All right, so I'm gonna get started here. All right, so this is gonna be a little difficult doing this with one hand, but I'm basically just going to clip all of these that are infected with the brown spotting there. All those are gonna get clipped off. So right here I just clipped those off, but you can see these don't look like they've been infected, so those would be good leaves to spray. Okay, see, that one's gonna have to go. Ooh. Okay, so the ones that have fallen right here, I'm just gonna collect and put in my plastic bag. And I'm gonna continue doing that throughout the entire tree. Before I did too much cutting, I wanted to actually take a before short video of the peach tree, and then I'm going to continue cutting the rest of the leaves off and see kind of what I'm left with afterwards. So after everything has been cut off, look at what's left. Oh my word, that's all that's left of my young peach tree, which is okay. We didn't get any fruit this year anyway. She's still kind of young. But we're doing this for the future peaches. All right, so let me see if I can grab a limb here and show you. Okay, so these are the healthy leaves that we have remaining. I removed every leaf that even had a speck of the fungus on it. Ooh, bugs. I mean, no leaf was safe. Any little tiny little teeny dot and the whole leaf was removed. So these are the acceptable leaves. That's them up there. Let me back up a little bit. Back up so you can kind of see what we're left with. So then I'm going to go in with the fungicide. Let me go ahead and grab that real quick. So again, that's this neem oil my father recommended. So that's it right there. And we're just going to give the leaves a spray. Alright, I'm just going to... I'm even going to spray on these little remaining little nubs of branches here. Might not do anything, but I'm going to do it anyway. Alright. So these are all the leaves. This is a big old bag of leaves. Those are all the leaves that I took off of the tree. And so I'm going to tie these up, throw them away, keep them far away from the tree. And tomorrow I'm going to do the other one. I actually have another peach tree right there. Let me try to get a little close to it. Now, some of the leaves are relatively healthy. This one isn't as bad as the other one, but as you can see, we still have it. So I'm going to work on this one tomorrow. I'm going to call it a day for this evening. Mr. Craig is making some burgers and some homemade fries. So I'm going to run along and get me a good dinner. I'll just work on that. Give that other peach a trim tomorrow. Poor thing's gonna be bald. Before I forget, I want to make sure that let me try to hold this. I want to put some alcohol on the cotton pad, and then we are going to clean our shears really well. This is a super important step. Ooh, this is hard to do with one hand, but you definitely want to make sure that you clean your shears off so you're not transmitting that fungus to another plant. Okay, so just a reminder, make sure you go ahead and do that. So we're not reinfecting any plants. Super important step. So I also need to mention, while we're taking off these bad leaves, it's good to look on the ground because there have been some that have fallen. Like there's one right there. So it's good to look around the tree at the fallen leaves and pick those up because they can reinfect the tree. So not only do you want to discard the leaves that are infected, you also want to look around the base of the tree and remove any leaves that have fallen to the ground because they will reinfect the tree. And so they're all over here, some here. Alright, so just another little point I wanted to make. Okay, so when you're using this to control the fungus or prevent it, or when you're using it as a fungicide, you have to make sure that you treat the tree every 7 days. That's something important to note. So every 7 days, make sure you treat. And you want to make sure that you do this until the fungus has been eliminated from the tree. And you want to coat the entire tree, everything, all the little branches, leaves, the trunk, all that, the entire tree. You want to make sure you coat it. Okay, so when you're using this to control fungus or prevent it, or when you're using it as a fungicide, you have to make sure that you treat the tree every 7 days. That's something important to note. So every 7 days, make sure you treat. And you want to make sure that you do this until the fungus has been eliminated from the tree. And you want to coat the entire tree, everything, all the little branches, leaves, the trunk, all that, the entire tree. You want to make sure you coat it.